All right, so we're going down the line. This is Mustang Row. We've got several models that have been tricked out, so to speak. These particular models, this is it looks like a 15, 16 and above. And this is the older model. This is like in the 2012 to 14 range. Both of them seem to have some hydraulics to them. The black one there is a GT 5.0, and this one as well. Both of them look very, very sharp. And that's got the overexposed hood there. I hate to see this thing howling out of here. Boy, that'd be something to see. This one you guys might remember. This is Mr. Chris O'Donnell's model here that he purchased from me this past week. Nice and cleaned up. One of the things I want y'all to notice on this particular model, it's got the spec'd out mechanical horse on this one, which is something you rarely ever see on a Mustang. Kind of reminds you of one of those old-timey cartoons, He-Man and the Strider horse, but that's an actual mechanical horse there as opposed to the regular one. That emblem is rarely seen nowadays. And there's an older version of a Cobra, looks like a 98 to 2001 version, very similar to my father's. He's got a triple black Cobra 99 just before the supercharger. We've got some really nice rides out here. Very, very thankful to be out here to check out all these vehicles. This is pretty sweet. So, very interesting, very interesting. And here's my son Langston following in Dad's footsteps here.
Taking pictures. Some pretty cool cars.
Yeah, there's some cool cars out here, bud. This one is my co-workers here who came today. This is part of the TAC Fleet Services crew. This is my buddy Brian Smith's car. Very, very nice. It's got the Howler GT 5.0 emblem there. And he's got some really nice Flowmasters on this one. This one sounds really, really throaty when it takes off. Very, very nice. Down this way, we've got a couple of Cobras on the other side. Wow. Now there's a vintage for you right there. That's an old MG, probably mid-70s model. Very, very nice. Remember my father owning one. I remember a couple of pictures of him owning a forest green one back in the day. That one's very nice. Okay, now here's one that you rarely ever see. Now you kind of see them on movies, you kind of see them in different places. That's a Buick Grand National right there. This is one of the early stock muscle sedans here. This thing is nasty. When she takes off, you move out the way. And that is absolutely beautiful. And these things still hold their value very well. That's probably a mid to late 80s right there, easily. And then right here, now, I'm gonna tell you something that's nasty here. I've actually had a chance to drive one of these and start this one up. This is a Corvette Z06. This is the C7 right here, supercharged. This bad boy is 650 horsepower, matched with 650 pounds of torque. Right off the line, she is absolutely spectacular and fascinating. So very, very nice. Awesome color. Love how the black and the white kind of integrates with the red there. That's really nice. So this is Nissan's reintroduction to the Skyline GT. This is the GTR. These vehicles start anywhere around 80 to 90 grand and can go up from there. Straight off the line, straight muscle, 500 plus horsepower, and about the same for the torque to match. This has got the quad exhaust back here. Really sweet. Really, really sweet. Now we're going down the line here. Let's check out some of the vintage. Langston, what kind of questions do you have so far?
How long have these cars been around? Like, these cars look like they've been around for some time.
Well, we've got some older models. You're exactly right. Case in point, that's a late 60s Camaro right there. Those are some of the baddest vehicles right there. Those used to be drag racers. I've seen a lot of these that are show cars now. They're very beautiful. We've got some Mazdas here represented today, some MX-5s and some Miatas. And here we are with the Porsches. Very, very nice. Right beside that, it looks like an M3 BMW. And right across, now this takes me back a little bit. This was one of my favorite cars growing up. A buddy of mine named Leroy Garrison had one of these in high school. This is a Mazda RX-7. That's a very pretty body right there. That white really shows out on that particular vehicle. It's a really nice color. And this one's been very well maintained. This might have been a restored vehicle, but it's definitely very nice. And here you've got one right here. Oh yeah, this bad boy is a street machine here, no question about it. That is very nice. Very, very nice. That's one to add to the collection. Got another, looks like that's a Miata with a Honda emblem. We'll let that roll. And that looks like, yeah, that does look like a Skyline right there. That's pretty nice. Drop top. Now, a lot of y'all remember this one back in the day. That's a Ford Taurus SHO. These bad boys could move. You see this on the street at a stoplight, you think it's just a regular Taurus. Yeah, watch out. As soon as they put that bad boy in gear, she's off and running.
But they didn't make to me, so I'm like, I bet this started as regular Golf. The guy just...
Let's check out this one down here. We've got some of the newest models from BMW. This looks like an i8 down here. This was one of the models, if I'm not mistaken, that was introduced in the, excuse me, in the Mission Impossible movie. This is very, very nice. You don't see too many of these out on the road at all. Matter of fact, they're very rarely seen. This particular model is wonderful. That looks like a straight supercar. Very, very nice. It's got the butterfly doors there. Very, very nice. Now, believe it or not, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is a hybrid with eDrive. So it's very quick off the line, but it's actually very fuel efficient, as a BMW can be.
This is a BMW?
Yes, sir. That's an i8 with eDrive.
Is this your car?
No, sir. No, I'm just doing a vlog. I'm just doing an interview.
Electronic vehiculars.
Mm-hmm. Very sweet. Down that way. Now, wait a minute. You know what? That might be, I take that back. That may be an electric. I did say hybrid, so forgive me for that. That might be an electric. Now, for all you street racers out there, and you know about these cars, these Ford Focuses and Fiestas, these are some bad little production vehicles. Tell you a funny story. I was talking trash to a friend of mine. He and I used to sell cars together down in Chester. Yeah, that's pretty sweet, isn't it, son? Yeah, that's pretty nice. A friend of mine, Terrell Robinson, and I, we were talking about a particular Ford that was on our lot. And I bet him $20 that was a Focus ST instead of a Fiesta. And, you know, like a true gentleman, he was like, okay, sir, I'll take that bet, no problem. So I go out and look at the vehicle, thinking I know what I was talking about at the time. And lo and behold, it was a Fiesta. So I come back in. Not only did he correct me on it, he printed out a spec sheet showing me the exact name of the vehicle and everything. So clearly I lost that bet. I had to run to the ATM real fast. But anyway. Hey, but that's, hey, love of cars will do that to you. Here's some vintage BMWs. Now that's an old school M series there. That is beautiful. And there's another M3. That's a coupe. That's another Porsche. That might be a 911. Let's check this out. It's definitely a racer. Oh, that's a GT3 RS. Now, several years ago, these weren't even street legal. This bad boy right off the line will fly. And let me tell you, that whale tail's there for a reason. Without that thing, it will take off. That is absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna walk down this line. We got a couple more rows to go, and then we're gonna do a couple of interviews with some folks. Back down the line here. My dad would get a kick out of this one. GT 500 Shelby Cobra. Nasty. And that license plate says it all. Crazy fast. I 100% agree with him. Look at that right there. Goodness gracious. That does not come stock, ladies and gentlemen. That is true upgrades via the SLT performance package for the Shelby GT 500. It's absolutely beautiful. Fast and Furious Racers, y'all know all about that one right there. That's the Skyline, Nissan. Let's see if this one, yep, and that's the right side driver seat right there.
I know for me, I just like driving.
Yeah, that's how they come in Japan, right side. That'd be kind of fun trying to drive that on the right side, trying to operate it with your left hand on the shift. And of course, this is the wave of the future, the Tesla. Now that Elon Musk has stepped down, Tesla can now regain some of the stock that it lost. But it's definitely growing. This is the wave of the future right here. There's several fleet companies out there. By 2020, they're going full electrical. So electrical and hybrid is the wave of the future. But, you know, old habits die hard. There's a nice little Tesla Roadster there. That is beautiful. Now let's check this one out, Langston. Can you tell me what this is? No, it's not an Infiniti. That's an Audi R8. That is an Audi supercar.
I know what that is in Grand Theft Auto 5. That's in Grand Theft.
Yeah, this is nasty. When that first came out, Langston, that started like around 110, 115,000. Yeah, that's where you pump the gas right there. And this is a rear engine, Langston. So let me show you this. A rear engine means that the engine's going to be in the back of the trunk area. The front is usually where you have storage.
So the trunk's in the front?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are several muscle cars that do that. Now, this one is a throwback here. This is absolutely beautiful. This is a Ferrari. Don't think this is a Modino Spider, but let's take a look. This is nice. I'm gonna tell you what, these V12s are some of the sharpest sounding engines you will ever hear. You can tell them distinctively when they go down the road. They're absolutely wonderful. But this is gorgeous. Clearly a fair weather car here. Very, very nice. It's absolutely lovely. Clearly one of my favorite cars out here. That is really nice. All right, and we got the old school Ford F100. Boy,
72 in the same body style.
This gentleman did a really good job with this one. This is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's another Mustang. This is the ProCharger Supercharger. Now these bad boys are nasty. That supercharger can add a good 200 plus horsepower to the already stock horsepower that this vehicle comes with. So this is absolutely nasty. When you pull up beside this, if you ain't got what you need to maintain, just back off the line. There's no need in you even trying. This is absolutely